A few weeks ago, there was a screening of a documentary about hip-hop masogany, the controversial lyrics, and the defilement of women in hip-hop. The documentary was called Hip-Hop, Beyond Beats and Rhymes. After the screening, there was a panel with artists such as Tim West, La Bruja, and Talib Kweli. There were much more artists. Check out what these artists had to say about hip-hop, where it's been, and where it's going.
A controversy surrounding rap artist Nelly led to an emotional meeting at Spelman College tonight. The discussion focused on hip-hop videos and how they portray women.
I said it must be ass, 'cause it ain't your face. I need a tip.
In the video, Nelly is seen swiping his credit card down a woman's backside.
This man is so important and so powerful. And these women, conversely, are so dime a dozen, or I guess a dime for 2 dozen, you know, if there's 24 women standing around, that they don't matter. They're just eye candy. They're worthless.
You have any problem with like rappers calling women bitches and hoes and stuff like that?
Nah, cause tell you the truth, some of them is bitches, see?
It's not really directed towards you personally. It's just what they saying. Sex sells.
I think a bitch is a bitch.
Yeah, working on my sound. Right, you can go ahead and play that CD. No turntables. My name's Tim West. I appreciate all y'all for coming out here. Hopefully we have a good discussion about hip-hop beyond beats and rhymes. And I'm here to say that hip-hop ain't dead. He just needs to get free. Can you give me some volume on that? Oh, that's it? Yeah, I'm good at it. Give me some volume on that. I said, hip-hop is not dead. He just needs to get free. Yeah, come on, yeah. Oh, say, can you see what hip-hop is supposed to be? All I see is irony. Hip-hop ain't dead. He just needs to get free. He just needs to get free. Hip-hop just needs to get free. He just needs to get free. Yeah. No doubt, Channel Live in the house, so I'm going to pass the mic.
Yeah, man, so I'm just gonna ride off of that wave. Hip-hop ain't dead at all. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta know where to find it. You just gotta know where to look. Went to a Rocksteady reunion last 2 years in a row, and you see 5-year-olds out there breaking and doing graffiti. So hip-hop is not dead. It's gonna live on and on and on. You just gotta know where to find it. You're not gonna get it on commercial radio. You're not gonna get it on commercial TV, because that's popular culture. It's not hip-hop. It's not to say that you can't be popular in hip-hop. No, no, no. To me, hip-hop is the root, it's the essence, it's the foundation, it's the source. So if it's not coming from that point, it's not really hip-hop. Hip means to know. It's a form of intelligence. To be hip means to be update and relevant. Hop, it's a form of movement. You can't just observe a hop, you gotta hop up and do it.
In this movie, they say we function inside of a box, right? Based on what manhood is, and that hip-hop is also inside this box. So how does that box affect y'all's personal accountability in your work and your life?
It's painful to grow up as a woman with these messages, and it's not just hip-hop, it's the world is in a box. You know, our government is in a box, our religion is in a box. I feel very disempowered when I see those images, and at the same time, it makes me so angry that it motivates me to do more. You know, like I feel like my work is never done, and being a victim of sexual assault, you know, at a very young age. You know, I was 17 when that happened to me. I wasn't able to talk about it for over 10 years after it happened, you know, and a lot of it is because it was like based on confusion because of these messages. Men, if they see a woman that they find attractive because of the messages that they're told, to be a man, they're gonna have to take that. They gotta hit that, you know, and it's just, it's really painful.
I had to make a decision early in my career as far as what my job is. Is my job to be an entertainer, or is my job to be an activist? And I chose that my job is to be an entertainer. Now there are activists who entertain, and I think who put activism first. You know, when you think of an artist like M1, Dead Prez, when you think of a Boots from the Cool, when you think of them, you think that they'd be willing to drop the music shit in a minute and just do activism. And while I have become a voice for activism in my music all throughout my career, you know, I understand what my job is. When I decided to start a record company with Warner Brothers, it wasn't to be an activist, it was to make music. And, you know, in order to make music, I pay attention and I remain relevant and I critique and I criticize in my music, and I stand up and make an example, and people hear my words because they recognize the fact that I participate in the culture, that it's not an outside voice. So I don't let the box limit me, but at the same time I acknowledge what it is, and I just try to enjoy art for what it is.
About this boxing, and I think about this work, I really think about how I can be challenged every day, and how every day there's really something new to learn about myself and the people around me, and trying to change these structures and trying to change these systems and trying to envision and make real exactly what Lumumba is talking about.
There are a lot of consequences for stepping outside of these boxes that are created for us. There's a lot of repercussions when you step outside of the box. And so, living with integrity, being authentic, people takes a lot of courage, and it means, really being able to recognize that we do have power, that we have power within ourselves, and where do we find that power, where do we source that power from, and how do we support each other and recognize and identifying that power and living grounded in it. And it's a very challenging process, but it's about being, I think for me, it's about being reflective all the time. And looking at, how am I walking? How am I walking? Is what I'm saying in tune with what I'm doing every day? Is, the other piece of it for me is the fact that I work with young people. And so, I can't separate these different things. I can't be one thing over here and then pretend to be something when I stand in front of them in a classroom. I can have an alternate personality on MySpace and then come to class. They gonna find out. I can't have the booty pictures on it. I just, I can't pretend to be something. I have to be, I have to decide who I'm gonna be and be that person all the time as much as I possibly can.
I'm both an artist and an activist, and I had a particular circumstance in '99 of contracting HIV/AIDS virus, being given a year to live, and at that point I decided from there out I was going to spit my truth. No more lies, no more fictions, no more illusions. So you read my books, you get me. You listen to my albums, you get me. So that's part of it. It's like we also need examples. We can say all we want to. Well, how can we be different kind of black men? But people really need to see people stepping out and being a little vulnerable and talking about things that we don't often talk about. The other part of it is, as an educator myself, I have students who are here. I've taught and coached over a period of 10 years, and so I think that the greatest gift to me, and I think the accountability is in the message that I give, and that my students, every day that they saw me, be it English class on the basketball court, saw a different kind of black man than they probably had even experienced for all of their life, being authentic and being truthful. And I think that will radiate well beyond what I can even imagine. I think more brothers need to put themselves in those kinds of positions as artists as well as activists.
Wake up in the morning, got the yearning for herb, which loosens up the nouns, metaphors, and verbs. And adjectives ain't a magic kick what I'm kicking. Multi-flavored bags and sacks full of picking. So listen to the ism as it talks non-stop. Hawaiian when I'm rhyming, so is the chocolate tie. Now the high starts to settle. I kick back lyrics that rocks like heavy metal. Stop the violence. Yo, just hit me at myspace.com/channel live 77.